right, welcome guys. Welcome to the other edition of Design Quotient Industry Emeet. Um, every Sunday, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we are inviting a design professional to come and share their journey, their experiences, their projects for the benefit of all the students, the design aspirants, and the parents. Because the students and the parents, they do not have access to the industry, and we are trying to bridge this gap wherein they can directly interact and know firsthand from these professionals. So this week we have Mr. Ranjit Gosavi, a VFX expert from PFAMES. So he's gonna share his work and very good, uh, exciting videos and the processes that he has taken up during his career. All right. So I would now welcome Dion to say a few words about DQ Labs and also invite Dr. Uh, uh, Professor Ranjit Gosavi.
Hi, good evening, and thank you all for joining in. Really happy to have Mr. Ranjit Gosavi here today. So, just to give you a little brief about what and the background to this, DQ Labs or Design Quotient Labs deeply believes that design has the power to make lives of millions of people simple, beautiful, efficient, and memorable. So, with this belief, the founders of DQ Labs, Sean Disa and Umesh Kumar, both alumni from IIT Delhi, have had a collective design experience, industry experience of over 40 years together, you know, and having embarked on a journey to create design superheroes. Now, in the last 13 years, they have mentioned more than 12,000, they've mentored more than 12,000 creative students into creative careers. So they're trying to achieve it by giving awareness, exposure, counseling, training, and mentoring to design aspirants, not only to get into the top architecture, design, and fashion schools all across the world, but also going beyond to help them settle down in their professional careers. Many aspiring design students and their parents are unaware of creative professions and hence have a lot of questions. So, to bridge this gap, um, every week DQ Labs invites various creative professionals, from the backgrounds of architecture or fashion or design. And these professionals start explaining about their projects, their challenges that they have gone through, um, and the processes that they had followed or adopted. And they will tell you a lot of interesting aspects of their profession. All right. So through this, they talk about their story of becoming who they are now. Uh, we've had so many exciting, accomplished professionals in the past. The e-meets have had a lot of aspirants from all across India coming on and joining these programs, and the parents also join these programs who are like really CEOs and CXOs and vice presidents of large companies. They too participate in these e-meets. Now today we are elated to have with us Mr. Ranjit Gosavi, a VFX expert and a master trainer at PFAMES, that is Prime Focus Academy, Mumbai. He has over 17 years of core competencies in visual effects, graphic, um, leadership, training and development, management, and creative supervision uh, as well. Now, 10 of those years of experience are in the creative supervision and creative management roles in the field of visual effects and stereo, the 3D conversion industry. He also supervised creative teams for over 150 creative artists as a senior supervisor, com- uh, compositing and painting for Focus group of companies, namely Prime Focus World and Generate India Media Services Limited. He's worked and delivered over 50 shows as a compositor, mainly for Hollywood, Bollywood, and regional VFX movie shows. And there's a huge list of movies that he's worked on, and very, very impressive movies. I would like him to take us through that. It's a brilliant, brilliant e-meet that's going to happen now. So we're very happy to have all of you here. And Mr. Ranjit Gosavi, thank you so much for joining us, and your team, including Nixon, for making this happen. All right. So over to you, Ranjit.
Thank you very much, Diane, for this interesting introduction. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I hope all of those who are listening to me today are in a pleasant mood and in a good health. And yes, we will slowly move towards uh, a pleasant evening. And I hope all the students who are listening to me will have a great evening and night thinking of all the career aspects that we share today, and hope they will choose this enthusiastic, interesting career path for their growth and development. Yeah, with this, I would like to thank DQ Lab to give me this opportunity to speak here. My connection with DQ Lab was right from 2019 when I went there in Bangalore uh, for Design Quotient Fair, and I met first time to Mr. Umesh Kumar and Diane. Both of them uh, immediately after my presentation, they met me, and from then we are good friends, and we are connecting time and again, speaking to us at least on WhatsApp. And this is for the first time he gave me opportunity to speak on this good platform. So thank you so much, Mr. Umesh Kumar and Diane, both of you. Thank you so much. Uh, Before moving on to my main presentation, they wanted me to talk about myself a little bit. I don't speak much about myself. This is the first time I'm just elaborating a little bit more on my profile, so that students will get interested to listen to me carefully, and yes, that will benefit for them. Yeah, so myself, Ranjit Gosavi, I'm working in the visual effects and animation field for last 17 years. Currently, I'm a master trainer at PFAMES, that is Prime Focus Academy of Media and Entertainment Studies. Uh, I'm a professor at professor for B Days program, that is Bachelor of Design in ITM right now. So I'm serving at both of these companies. I'm employed at Prime Focus Academy, but as a guest lecturer, I'm going there in ITM. So I'm into visual effects. I was a compositing supervisor for almost 10 years, right from 2009, 10. Around 2009 to 10, I started leading large teams, and up to 2017, I was leading some of the best shows that happened in India for VFX and animation. I also had like a small experience of uh, production management, that is a creative producer, and then I moved into Prime Focus Academy. For all that you know, I'm here today. Yeah. So yeah, before moving on to the main explanation that I'm going to talk about today, uh, uh, about AVGC sector, that is animation, visual effects, gaming, and comics, I would like to give a quick introduction to Prime Focus Academy. So Prime Focus Academy is a part of Prime Focus group of companies that comes together with all of these companies, starting from DNEG, that is double negative. You can log on to dneg.com to see the detailed profile of this company. There are like, this is mainly a Hollywood part of work that happens in DNEG. So stereo conversion for Hollywood and visual effects for Hollywood happens in DNEG. We have a good team in Mumbai and across India for DNEG and internationally as well. There is Prime Focus India, which mainly works for Bollywood shows and Bollywood post production work. There is Prime Focus Technologies that works for broadcasting and other technical services that are required for the industry. There is Redefined, which works in a mixed culture for Bollywood and Hollywood projects as well, mostly Hollywood. Uh, and there is Jam It, that is that works for music production, I believe. And there is Prime Focus Academy. We started recently by between 2017 and 18. We had this vision to get into education as well, and so we are here. So that was a quick introduction. Prime Focus. There's another slide for that. Just let me just slide, please. Okay. So Prime Focus is present in 17 cities across 7 time zones and 4 continents. In India, we have branches in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chandigarh, Delhi, Goa, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Chennai. Internationally, we are at Vancouver, New York, London, Los Angeles, Abu Dhabi, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Toronto, Montreal, and Prime Focus employs all across these companies around 9,000 plus professionals. That I mean that number fluctuates somewhere around 9,000 to 12,000 anytime, depending on the project load and work requirement. Time and again, I mean we train people, we get them on job, and they, I mean once they grow, some of them fly. So like that, the number changes. But yes, we, I mean this is the number of mainly uh, technical artists that work on the shows, along with the support team that used to be there. So before starting to the main presentation again, I would like to play one of the show reels of I believe this is DNEG, Main in Black. I hope you will enjoy that, and then we will continue. Thank you. So just playing this. All right, that was the work for Men in Black, recently done in DNEG. Most of the ground level work happens in India, and internationally, the main part of the special effects that you have seen happens internationally as well. So I hope you enjoyed this first showreel. I will take you through multiple showreels like this, and slowly I will also uh, explain about how this whole thing happens. And I hope you will enjoy my session further. So yeah, uh, Mr. Umesh wanted me to talk about a little bit about my journey. So here I started in Mumbai when I came in 2005. I believe, yes, 2005, at the end of 2005, somewhere, I came for my internship. I did my internship in Animagic India. That is a small studio for 2D animation. But yes, they are the expert in Indian 2D animation work. So there, I learned my creative lessons from Mr. Sumant Rao. Was He's also working in IIDT Bombay as a professor as well. Chetan Sharma. Yes, so these both talents contributed a lot in my creative talent, and you can see here I am today. Uh, so this is the journey. I will talk a little bit about that since they wanted me to talk about that, and then I will explain the creative side of things. So here, my first opportunity I got in a very good studio, that is Prasad VFX. Here I am working as a compositor, a little bit junior compositor, but I started my career directly as a compositor. Uh, I also worked for some of the animation jobs for the prop work on animation. Here's the team of Prasad VFX back in, I believe, 2007. Yeah. These are the production studios that I've worked. Tata Alexi. This is the workflow of Tata Alexi, where I worked on Jodha Akbar, Tare Zameen Par. I had a chance to meet Amir Khan there. I mean, he was visiting continuously for Tare Zameen Par, so I had that chance, and that inspired me. That was the first big breakthrough, I would say. I had a like with Mr. Amir Khan. Then I also met Jodha Akbar's uh, director, and then in I think uh, yeah, I remember those days very well, because that was a time when Bollywood, most of the Bollywood stars and everyone was connected to VFX studios. They were directly meeting to the artists. So that was the time when I got very inspired, because I came from the background from my native, that is in Sangli district in Maharashtra. So my native is quite small. I learned animation in Sangli, the main city of the district, and then I moved into Mumbai for internship at Animagic. So these are some of the production floors. This is Reliance Media Works production floor. This is Generate production floor, and yeah, I'll just quickly take you through. So the first project that gave me a leadership opportunity is Clash of Titans, and that was the biggest achievement for Pride Focus as well. In back in 2010, uh, that was the first opportunity. My boss, Mr. Stephen Mascaras, for the first time believed in me and my abilities uh, to like lead a team of almost 60 employees there, and I was simultaneously, I was teaching them as well, and I was getting the job done. In fact, we were working in night shifts, day shifts, we were crossing over the shifts, and all of that. We had some fantastic foreigners team led us from the top side of the creative things to observe our work and finally approve that. But on the ground level, we were working together. There was a big team in Mumbai sitting, working on this project. And I will not talk about the numbers, how the numbers of shots and detailing that happened at that time, but that was the great breakthrough, and that was the great achievement for Prime Focus as well. And that inspired almost all of the team in Prime Focus who are leading today and who are supervising today in creative management. So there are many students who joined in during this period from various institutions. We trained them, and they grew up to a supervisor level in just a couple of years. Now there are many supervisors, those who were my students as well. So now in Prime Focus, there are many supervisors who were students at this time, at this stage, and they are leading like big teams right now. And that's the reason I moved from production out, because there was not much that I could do in terms of creative supervision. It was only sitting in theater watching the final output and looking at it and approving as a final thing. So I was still willing to work on a box and guide creatively about the process to the youngsters. That inspired me to get into education right now. So this was Clash of Titans. This is my team at Reliance Media Works. The best team I had at that time. I was leading almost 180 people in creative production. All the Bachelor of Fine Art artists working on a couple of interesting shows, and some of the teammates you can see here. This was a large floor. Almost 800 employees were sitting uh, on two different floors. Yeah, just okay. And this is the last production team that I worked with is here, and he is my boss, Mr. Stephen Mascanas. As I mentioned, he is the first person who looked at my like leadership skills and gave me opportunity time and again to grow. So I'm very thankful to this man, uh, and I'll always remember his like uh, he took me up, and today I'm here where I am today. Yeah. So this was the big team in Generate India. That was also part of Prime Focus. It is merged now completely into Prime Focus thing. So Generate name uh, is was there recently, but now it's Prime Focus and DNIC. So this is a big team, and this was my last production team on I think Alice Through Looking Glass. That was my last almost last to last project that I worked with this team. Uh, the way I moved into training is is the moment that we spoke about how we can get a creative talent immediately working on production, and there was so much challenge in the industry in terms of getting a newcomer and getting him work immediately on the projects, Hollywood level projects. The standard which is required for production was not there. I mean, which was clearly visible. We were getting people in and we were training them, and we were getting people in, we were training them, and it was a slow process to get the talent immediately to work on Hollywood projects. And that's when I was also talking to my bosses, two of my bosses, uh, Stephen sir and Gaurav Jain sir. And I spoke to them that I am a senior supervisor right now, and what is next role for me to like? Is there anything more than this which I can take up as a challenge? And that's when they guided me. Okay, you can get into training as well if you want to do, and uh, you can develop everything about training. Creatively you can develop training courses for the new planned academy that was going to take place. So that intrigued me, and that's when that was the period. At the same time, I had some leadership programs on my task. So I did 2 leadership programs, one in Goa, Prime Focus Goa branch, and one in Prime Focus Hyderabad branch. Uh, both of these leadership programs were for the team leaders who were already team leading for a couple of years. So they were leading for at least, let's say, 4 to 5 years in production, and they were moved into training for learning some management skills, creatively how to manage all the tasks, course. And the way I taught them in just 10 days or so, there was a surprising feedback that came to me, and all of them enjoyed. The feedback was recorded on a video. I looked at those videos time and again, and that inspired me to get into training. Otherwise, living direct production was a bit of challenging for me. That was kind of emotional decision for me to make, and I finally took that decision and I moved into training. So Prime Focus again today gave me many opportunities to work with uh, multiple organizations, and yes, I am leading my big team today. This is my main trainers team. Uh, all the trainers who are there are in production. Only this man, Mr. Jimmy Phillip, he has got similar kind of experience. He's a little bit senior to me in the team. He's in production right now, but all the others are my teammates working with in Prime Focus. All of those have like production experience for a couple of years, and then they moved into training. And this is a very nice team that I have today, and I'm very happy with them. Now let's move to what I'm going to talk about this field today. So this is an AVGC sector: animation, visual effects, gaming, comics. Now, all those who are listening to me, make sure you're attentive completely so that you will understand the technical details that I'm going to uh, talk about and explain about this industry. The first thing that we need to understand that this industry is very, very, very big. I was thinking of how to explain about this industry yesterday, and the way I thought it is, let's say there are regional movies. Let's say I'm a Maharashtrian, so there are Marathi movies. Like that, there are multiple regions in India. So there are those that much scope of regional movies. There are regional uh, television channels. So there are regional movies, there are regional television channels, then there are national television channels uh, uh, for let's say Hindi. Then there is English medium, which is Hollywood, and there are 193 countries in the world. You can just search about world cinema on Google. You'll get a Wikipedia page which will show you a detailed description of how many countries are into movies and television production. And this is the whole uh, I mean, size of the industry that you can look at. So, like Vivekananda said, that don't, I mean, you should always think out of the box. So there is a nice, nice, what to say, story about Vivekananda, which he explained about the frog in the well. So the frog in the well will not see anything around out of the well, but the moment he will come out, he can see the whole world again, like that. What I'm trying to say is it's a big industry. If you just focus straightforwardly, you will you will feel that okay, it's a small area, but no, it's a big thing. And the many languages are there, the many countries are there, the many variety of platforms which are there. Uh, today we have television, we have YouTube kind of platforms, we have OTT, that is your Amazon Prime and other OTT channels. You already know that, I believe so. And there are many platforms that, and there are theaters, and there are many other platforms. Basically, what I want to say that for entertainment industry, one can become a YouTuber, and one can showcase his work on YouTube, and from there one can also lead the finest movies in Hollywood as well. So there is so much scope for one to grow. Okay, so I will play next showreel before I explain all the details about this. Hope you enjoy.
We are Venom.
Okay, that was the next project. We hope you, all of you, have enjoyed it. Let me move on. So before starting this presentation, I spoke to Mr. Umesh sir about my presentation might delay up to 2 hours because there is so much content that I personally enjoy to share with, and he was completely okay with that. He said, as much as you want to speak, you can go ahead and speak. So if at all, I mean, I will. This was set up to 1 hour, but uh, yes, I will try to reduce that content. But yes, I will share the more much needed data that is required for all the students today. So these are some of the fantastic movies in visual effects. I hope all of you, if have you have not watched these movies, then I I hope you will watch these movies. Some of the best movies in Hollywood that are done in visual effects. Avatar took 14 years uh, to work upon the finest visual effects that were presented in 2009. Gravity, another big thing. The Jungle Book, as all of you must have seen. The Curious Case of Benjamin in 2008. Inception, Life of Pi. So these are the fantastic movies. You can see the record on internet as well. So these movies will definitely inspire you for visual effects. So please watch them. Uh, okay, now I'll talk about visual effects first. Animation, visual effects, gaming, comics. The main part of my experience is visual effects. So I'll talk about visual effects uh, in a little detailed manner, and then we will talk about animation, and then we'll see whether we can cover up gaming and comics as well. So there is rotoscopy. The first fundamental, the most essential, and the most secure department in the industry is rotoscopy. What is rotoscopy? Rotoscopy is very uh, very fundamental thing in the industry, but that is required all across all the platforms which are there for visual effects. So what I mean by that is Even if you go to a photographer for editing your wedding photos, what he used to do, he will crop the couple in photo designing software and change the background. That was the simplest visual effects form that I can explain. Now, similarly, when you change certain backgrounds, change certain foreground elements in the scene, all that you need to do is from the original shot that is shot on the camera, you need to take out the required part separately to put something in the background and something in the foreground. So here, for example, you can see the man sitting on the bike here, and the background change as if he is sitting inside the office kind of situation, right? So the bike and the character is rotoscoped together, and the background is hence it is transparent. So rotoscopy is basically tracing out images. Sorry, let me just quickly take some water. Okay. So rotoscopy is all about tracing out images. So on video. So for 1 second video, as per the Hollywood standard, 24 photographs played in a sequence becomes 1 second video. 24 photographs. We don't call it in technical language, we talk about it as frames. So 24 frames per second becomes 1 second video. Now imagine you're working on a project which requires entire movie to be rotoscoped. That is almost 90 minutes movie, and 90 minutes it will have 1,30,000 images at least, somewhere around 1,30,000 images across. And imagine there are multiple things happening in the foreground, background. You see all the Hollywood movies today. There is so much happens. Even the debris, the fire thing, the water thing, the all the five elements that come into the scene. You need to rotoscope even all of that. So there is so much work that is required. Even on this bike, you can see there is a these are small elements which are there. Even let's say let's take an example of any lady whose hairs are flying, like maybe with the fan, whatever they do, but the hairs are flying, and you need to rotoscope all those hairs to get the shot done. So imagine the amount of work that goes into the production. And hence, every single movie which requires visual effects requires rotoscopy as well. So this is a ground level work. This can also give you a very good career in terms of if you move into the management roles of creative management of rotoscopy. Yes, you will get a good chance to grow up, but this is most fundamental requirement, and at the same time, it is also a secured career path. So to begin with rotoscopy, again, I will just explain quickly. For example, this couple is standing here, and the director wants to show the fire happening all around them. So we require rotoscopy like this. The selection will happen. The rotoscopy artist will do this kind of selection, and hence we get this mat, and from this mat the compositors used to combine all the foreground elements, all the background elements, the fire thing which either can be created, uh, the fire thing can be created in CG computer graphics in FX department, or that can be used from another shot. So this is the rotoscopy example. Another example which I just told you about, if you have to rotoscope entire 90 minutes movie, uh, why that requirement there be? That is the first question you need to understand, and that is rotoscopy for stereo 3D. Stereo 3D means when you shoot from one single camera lens, the normal camera which shoots normal movies, and you want to convert that movie into 3D, that is the polarized glasses, the black glasses. If you wore those and you might have enjoyed some 3D movies, stereoscopic movies. For those movies, we require such kind of Z-depth map. This is a Z-depth map which has a roundness, all the detailing of the character. Now, with a small frame, you might not be able to see that detailing, but for all that we require, for example, these characters. If you see here, we have his eyes details, eyebrows details, nose, lips, everything rotoscoped separately. His dress and every part of the scene is rotoscoped separately. That means the many elements which are there up to 30 feet of the scene uh, requires rotoscopy, nicely detailed with all the detailed work it is uh, required. And if you work on such kind of like detailed job, it requires thousands of artists. So we have a like very large team sitting in Prime Focus working only on rotoscopy. The number changes, so I will not talk about number, but in some thousands, uh, the number goes back and forth. But some thousands of artists working on only on rotoscopy. So then there is digital paint. Uh, Normally, what happens in VFX industry is one artist used to become rotoscopy artist, and then he slowly move into digital painting, because that's where his eyes are completely calibrated to look at the visuals correctly, to understand the visuals, because he is continuously drawing and tracing the uh, image sequence. Image sequence meaning the photograph sequence that I just told you. I'm trying to mix the layman language and technical language together so that everyone can understand that better. Sequence of photographs is what I'm trying to say is where the rotoscopy artist will have a very nice calibration of his eyes to understand every visual correctly, and that's when he will move into he if he wants to. Uh, then he can move into digital painting, that is junior compositing process. So here you can see some of the actors hanged on the wires this way. This is all for such kind of actions that are otherwise not possible by any actor uh, to do the kind of actions that can be possible. Maybe the actor wants to jump and kick some character, or he wants to jump from the valley, or he wants to jump from the building, whatever the scene might be. Jumping is, I mean, such kind of unrealistic, impractical jumping is not possible. So the wires with the harness setup which is attached to the body is required. And the moment the shooting is done, it comes to visual effects team, and the visual effects team used to remove those wires. And if there is any, let's say, if you look at my video, I'm just stretching this shirt. So, for example, the wire is attached inside the shirt, then the shirt will stretch out. And to fix that, the VFX paint artist will have to paint it precisely and paint it on every single frame to look it like a very real jump, very real action that is taking place in that shot. So that is one of the awesome jobs that they do. Second important job that paint artists used to do is changing the character completely. So right now you can look at this frame. This is MS Dhoni. Uh, what we have done here is we have taken the director have taken some of the natural shot with the original shot when the cricket match was happening, the original shots of Mr. MS Dhoni, and we have changed the face with Mr. Sushant Singh Rathod, which you can see here, with all the due respect and uh, to him, and the loss that industry uh, had today. I He was the most uh, amazing actor. I and this is a big loss. Uh, so I will not talk about that much right now. That is not the question today. Here, we need to understand that the way visual effects for this MS Dhoni was done is by changing the face of original Mr. Dhoni to the actor's face. So this is how that was done. Uh, there is other aspect that Bollywood used to use is you might have watched film Zero of Shah Rukh Khan, this Marjawa, and the old film of Appu Raja of Mr. Kamal Hassan. Uh, three films, if you look at the kind of adjustment that they have done for the character to look short in height, is when Appu Raja was done, there was no technical support uh, that was required otherwise. So he had to take so many efforts to show him as a short guy. Whereas these two movies, if you see those, there is so much support from VFX side of things is taken to modify these characters. So you can look at those showreels from those respective studios who worked on these movies, and yes, that is amazing kind of work that you can see. So this is a kind of job that is again done by junior compositors. Another, with this due respect to this actor, again, I would like to say, I mean, it is not naturally, it is not possible to maintain your physical appearance as and when required. There are some actors, those who uh, practically take efforts to look how they look in the scene. However, not every actor or actress will have that. And the moment the age goes beyond uh, certain uh, certain limit, or the age goes beyond the control. What I mean by that is, if it's a senior actor, then they will have to tweak their appearance uh, to look what they should look in that movie. So here you can see the the physical changes are done here on the body, whereas the body is otherwise not fit here. So all of these changes are done in visual effects, and that is paint job, digital paint job. Here again, another movie, fantastic movie. This was, uh, I think this is from Padmavat, and there was a requirement to change the appearance of the actress, because she is projected uh, as a queen, or as a very senior person in the history. So they didn't want to keep the sari transparent like this. So the entire movie, wherever the shots were like this, were tweaked later on, like opaque sari. So you can see this. This is not sari, by the way. This is the costume that is there in Gujarat, but this is how they tweaked it. So this is all effort and all uh, uh, efforts goes into VFX for to tweak this kind of work. Again, such kind of work wherein the actor used to showcase him otherwise something different character. I worked on the movie Pa uh, for Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, when the where the makeup of that uh, his character was completely bald, and the I forgot that kind of disease that was shown in the movie, but we had to that prosthetic makeup which was done. We had to tweak it a little bit here and there to maintain it as if it is not a makeup, but it is completely real. And we did it fantastically back in, I think, 2008, 9 somewhere. Uh, we worked on Pa. Similarly, you can see here this actor looked like this in his movie. Here you can see the kind of makeup that is required for Bollywood and Hollywood, maybe mostly for historical movies to showcase such kind of characters, or sometimes aliens, sometimes superheroes, sometimes any any character that is otherwise doesn't look like who he or she is, there is VFX basically. I'll play with this to support these the kind of skills that I've just shared. I will play one VFX India reel. Um, so far, we have just seen Hollywood work. Now let's see work on the Indian movies. I hope you will hope you enjoyed this showreel. Let's continue to visual effects. So this is another job wherein the set extension happens. So for example, this is a small set, however big you want to create, but there is a limitation to do any sequence that is otherwise not possible to create like this. For example, they created such kind of environment, and to do that, the half the set was done practically on the ground, whereas half the set is created either in matte painting or with the 3D complete 3D built up in the background. So to do that, we also take support of this kind of chroma setup. Chroma is basically a flat color, either green or blue. What happens is in human body, you generally get red color, but not the three fundamental colors are red, green, and blue. Uh, in which the red color is fundamentally in the body mostly. So if you keep green or blue background as a completely flat color in the background, what happens is the softwares can read that colors as a separate tone, and it can give you practically the matte which is required to change anything behind that. So green screen compositing is one of the processes that we do in visual effects. So either green or blue, as I said. Mostly the blue thing is used for external environments. I mean outdoor environments, wherever there is blue tint in the environment. Maybe you're at the side of sea, or you are somewhere in the evening. You're shooting it at the evening, so mostly blue is preferred because blue is the color of nature. If you look at in the depth of any perspective, you will see the 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 environment changes from normal white lighting towards blue and then towards black as you see further and further in the depth cube. So blue is preferred for outdoor shooting, whereas green is preferred for indoor shooting mostly. Mostly, however, Bollywood shootings happen mostly on greens only because that is the tradition that has been set for many years. They have been, practicing only on green. So Hollywood prefers blue for most of the times, whereas Bollywood prefers green screen. That is choice director to director according to the experience of each person about how well the visual effects can go in the scene, and also the environment that is required around the shot, whether that color is going more towards green. So for example, in these two frames, if you see the environment of the water that is around can go towards green shade at the end when the final compositing will happen, whereas the right side, if you look at, there's a green background, but when you remove that, that is more towards yellow, and yellow is a combination of red and green. So that's why we choose these colors according to the environment requirement that is around the shot expected. And yeah, so depending on the environment that is going to be in the scene. So blue and green screen chroma compositing is one of the important process. So again, it is not just tweaking the original film and changing the background, changing the color mode, changing the uh, overall perspective with some matte paintings and all of that. It also includes 3D part of it, that is 3D computer graphics, wherein now, for example, this shot, this is from Avengers, and let's say this character here you can see she has, as I've explained, the harness is connected to the body. There is already a costume which she wore for the character, but you can see there is a 3D model as well, which is virtually created on computer. So CG, computer graphics, is CG. Short form of CG is computer. Short form of computer graphics is CG. So CG model, which you can see here, which is a uh, virtual 3D model like a murti. You can see, for example, there is a this murti in my hand, or I myself as a person. Everything that you want to create, a solid surface you want to create, virtually can be created, and that is called modeling in CG, computer graphics. So there is a model here. There is also, you can see there are no hairs on the head. Here you can see there are hairs, right? So these hairs are also created. I mostly those are created in FX department, the cloth, hair, and fur department, to be precise. CHF department, we call it technically in the industry. So the hairs are also created virtually. Then you can see that it is combined together. So the only face is used from the character, whereas the hairs are separate, the body is separate. Now she's wearing the costume already, but then why do you need the new costume in 3D? That is only because to show it as show her as a very impressive character, as that is portrayed in the movie. So any wrinkles on the dress, any missing details on the dress can be achieved here in computer graphics. So that much effort, and then you can see all around. You can see some effects which are going on. The background is changed. The foreground, you can see some light effects to create to create an impressive environment around the character. So that is FX department, computer graphics department works together, and the final thing which happens goes through a compositor who used to composite these elements together. So the character face, character body from CG, character hairs from CG, the background from CG, everything clubbed together. Compositor used to combine that. So another most important department, I would say, in industry is there is one thing that is rotoscopy, and then there is another thing which is compositing department, and that's why even I choose for myself the compositing department, and I become a supervisor. I had many mentors in my life, and I enjoyed learning from all of those. I'm still learning more things. I mean, we are going to learn up till, I mean, uh, we are here on the earth, on the planet. So learning will never stop. Things are, I mean, every single day innovation happens, something or the other, new technology or new innovative ideas people take up, and things change. So learning will never end. I'll play with this. I will play another showreel for you guys to keep entertaining yourself, and at the same time observe the the things which I'm talking one by one. Please observe that in the showreel so that you will be able to relate that and understand it in a better sense. you so much for now the same visual effects, Hollywood visual effects done for Avengers. Most part of all these show reels is also done in India, and most important part which is there is done in Hollywood in our international branches. Uh, yes, so we will talk about how the whole process happens in Hollywood, how all the different skill sets work together. Before that, there is uh, small input that Mr. Diane wants to take up. So 10 minutes, he's going to talk about DQ, design quotient, and then we will move ahead. Diane, over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I think this has been a brilliant session so far. I mean, really very impressive. Um, but yeah, just to take a small break, just to tell everyone a little more about DQ Labs here. We've been creating design superheroes since 2006, 2007. I think this is very relevant from this particular perspective. But what we do is we transform everyone's all those who connect with us. Our objective is to transform their hobby for art into a career. And if we see what Siddharth has done, just a second. Yeah, if we see what Siddharth has done, um, I'm sorry about that. Just a second. Yeah. So what we do is we channel ideas into a functional output. All right. So this is Siddharth trying to design a logo, and what we do is we channel that particular idea into a useful process, and this is what he comes out with. Now, this is a beautiful design which we see when we put it into the a realistic form. We see some wonders that Siddharth has done, and anyone interested in a creative career can do this, and the opportunities are endless, and some of them are listed here in the areas of architecture, design, that includes graphic, it includes communication, includes product or industrial, or even UI UX, and gets into fashion as well. So DQ Labs has been founded by Umesh and Sean, both graduates of IIT Delhi. Umesh is a TEDx speaker and has worked with Jaguar Land Rover in the UK. He's the founder of DQ Labs and Example EduTech. So is Sean, also a graduate of IIT Delhi, worked at General Motors, and is the founder of DQ Labs and Example EduTech as well. Now, Example EduTech is is an award-winning learning assessment platform, and fortunately, all students of DQ Labs have access to this technology, and it's a brilliant technology, um, recognized by NASCOM. So Sean and Umesh are into learning design research, which means what needs to be learned has to be designed in a manner that is useful and presented well to the learner. And this area of research is called learning design, and our research has been presented at the Singapore Learning Design and Technology Conference in 2019. It was very well received at a global level. Now, DQ Labs has multiple programs, including a free sketching program for absolutely anyone. So tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your cousins, your younger siblings to sign up for this free sketching program. It's spread over 3 days. Um, we also have the industry e-meet, like what we are having today. We also have school e-meets, which we're having tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow we're getting our 2019 toppers of architecture. All our students from SEPT Ahmedabad, from SPA Delhi, Bhopal, Vijayawada, they're all coming in. RV, MS Ramaya, they're all coming in tomorrow to meet with our students online. So look out for that. Follow us on this YouTube channel, subscribe to our channel, and you will get the notification. Also, we have other services which include design exploration, For just about anyone in the age group of 12 to 20. We have skill development programs for absolutely anybody. We have entrance exam coaching for NATA, NID, NIFT, USEED, SEED, JEE Paper 2. And we also do portfolio guidance for whether you're studying in India or you intend to study abroad, or if you are a professional and need to develop your portfolio. One of the unique aspects of DQ Labs is that we try and get as many live projects for our students, and we see that they've come out with tremendous work. We also have an ongoing paid internship being offered to our student. It is from the Learn Cloud based at Texas, USA. And 5 of our students are selected for this. We have students doing really well across various design competitions. And one of the super opportunities that our students get is to work with Designathon, where they work with real designers, giving solutions to real NGOs, all for free. And it happens once or twice a year. And that really gets a lot of exposure to our students, and we believe that this exposure along with these industry e-meets really builds the students work. We also have something called the Design Hackathon. Please look out for the video on our YouTube channel. The hackathon is for students from class 8 to class 12. The registrations are going on. The last date for registration is the 14th of August. So please get your team members. You need at least 2 members in a team, ideally from the same school. Try for that, and it's all going to be online. So all the best for that. Do sign up ASAP. If someone could put the link to that, that would be great. And all of these experiences really translate into the results of DQ Labs. We've had phenomenal results. Um, all these years, and this and whether it is in architecture or design or fashion, we've had fantastic results. So all the best to y'all. Please follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course our YouTube channel as well. If you need to reach out to DQ Labs, please reach out to us. We're at all these locations. We have 5 centers in Bangalore, 2 in Pune, 1 each in Chennai, Mangalore, Nagpur, Thrissur, Hyderabad, and we also have an online presence for those who are not located in any of these cities. All the best to y'all, and thank you, Ranjit, for giving me the opportunity. So you can continue from here.
Yeah, that was a really nice introduction to DQ Labs. I enjoyed that. Yeah, very interesting things that you shared. Even I came to know most of the interesting things. Here's a quick profile of myself. I'm just sharing, and then I will continue other things. So I was fortunate enough to work on some of the Hollywood and Bollywood movies, right from starting as a junior compositor, a junior animator, and then I moved on to leadership roles. So I'll just quickly talk about that. So I started in Animagic and I worked on Lage Raho Munna Bhai as a very junior compositor. Then in Prasad VFX, I worked on Gauri, Puri, and some of the Bollywood movies. In Tata Elxsi, I worked on these movies. You can see Ajana Chale, Dhama. This was, I think, Prasad VFX again. Uh, this was in Animagic India. Tare Zameen Par, as I said, Tata Elxsi. I worked as a compositor. Then, of course, Jodha Akbar, as I said, I worked as a junior compositor there. And then I moved into Prana Studios to work on uh, uh, Disney movie that is Tinkerbell for 3D animation. I enjoyed that experience because that added many skill sets in my knowledge as far as 3D animation movie compositing was there. So I learned many things about that there. then I moved on to, I mean, this is from Prime Focus. As I said, PA was done in Prime Focus back in 2008, 2009, somewhere. Uh, yes. So again, this was done in Prime Focus as a digital compositor. By this time, I became a senior compositor, and I was working on some of the Bollywood and some of the Hollywood movies. This is also Prime Focus is in 2009. So these are all release dates which I've mentioned. There's Ravan, there's Houseful, and this list goes on and on. So again, the first movie that, of course, Clash of Titans gave me a breakthrough as a rotoscope lead. I was leading almost a team of 60 in Goa Prime Focus branch. And that gave me a full confidence to become a leader and take leadership roles to manage people. And before that, I was working as like a senior compositor and maybe mentoring three, four junior people like that. And this was the first movie which gave me leadership role. And from there, I became team lead, then supervisor, then senior supervisor, and now I'm into education, so I'm a master trainer. My soul to take one of the initial projects which gave me full confidence. The Chronicles of Narnia in stereo conversion. That time I was supervising uh, stereo conversion movies in house, of course. Whatever was happening in India. I was supervising on the floor, and then it goes to senior supervisors in Hollywood, and they check it, and then they review it, send the review, and we improve that. Like that, the process happens always. So again, Dawn 2 is done in Reliance Media Works for studio conversion. Clash of the Titans. Okay, that is done. So again, I'm just taking some names, but so this is a big list. Almost I've added some 50, whichever movie I remember. I've just added to this list, and otherwise there might be some more movies which I don't even remember, because the way project comes in the industry is basically what happens is the project names is under non-disclosure agreements, and even we as an artist, we don't know which project we are working on. So that way we might work on multiple projects at the moment. So for example, on Prime Focus floor, there are like maybe 4 5 projects happen together, and one artist might move from one project to second to third. Maybe I'm working today on one project, tomorrow on another project, day after on another project. Any shot that comes in, I just need to work as an artist, and I need to focus on that uh, delivery. So that is how we sometimes even forget the number of projects that we work on. So that is, but however, that is the culture that is there in the industry. So yeah, so I'll go back to the the presentation. We looked at the showreel of Avengers. I hope you enjoyed it, and then we are moving into uh, look at all the different variety of animation styles. So this is the first slide of animation. This is 2D cell animation. I'm talking about every different skill set so that everyone is aware of that name. Okay. So what happens is we know every type of media, but we don't know what it is. So that's where every student used to fail to where to learn what. That is the most important thing that they should know, and what is what basically. So this is 2D animation. However, this is cell animation, the animation which happens on the celluloid paper. So what happens is they used to draw. Okay, there is another slide. These are some of the fantastic movies. I've specially chosen these movies for you guys to look at so that you will understand the detailing and the kind of awesome job that is done in the history. So this is Pinocchio, 1940, Bambi, 1942, Cinderella, 1950, Aladdin, Tarzan, and The Lion King, 1994. You can see these amazing movies are done when there was no computer and there was no technology as such to club these designs together and to create a fantastic movie. So this is another style of animation uh, which came into existence after the computers came into the industry. So this is more or less mixed. Either you can call it hand drawn plus vector animation or completely vector animation done on computer. So the difference between here, you can see that there is since this was completely done by hand and completely painted, the backgrounds were painted, the characters were painted and clubbed together on a celluloid paper. Whereas this is completely done on computer, hence the detailing of the characters and designs is very less. The only aspect they have looked at is to make it for children's. So what children's like is the kind of music that is goes into animation, the kind of actions and expressions that happen on the characters, similar to any kids playing in at home. So I have like 8 years. My son is 11 years now, and my daughter is 2 years old. The whole day I've just closed my door. Otherwise, the whole day they are running here and there. And similarly, you see cats and dogs. So what I'm trying to say is animation is centered towards the kind of audience which will see that. So this kind of animation is mostly done for children's. So such kind of movie. So detailing, children's might not look at the detailing; they will only look at the expression, and that way. So the detailing is might not required. However, the industry is moving more towards hyper realistic approach. So everything that you see today, if you see a movie like Lions King or Mowgli, movie like Jungle Book, this thing, uh, yes. So these movies or Transformers or any Hollywood movie for that reason, you see the special effects, though the world is unreal around all around the place in the movie, but it is hyper realistic. You don't see any unreal movement happening, and that's the whole game of this job. So quickly, I'm just explaining what celluloid is. So, for example, it is first hand drawn on pages, like you work on your uh, uh, in the school. You might have learned this flip book designing. So this is how the characters are checked throughout the frames. So between 12 frames per second to 24 frame seconds, the animation, depending on the budget of the film, they used to decide number of frames that will go per second, and this is how they draw. Once that is drawn, that is again transferred onto the celluloid paper, which is kind of plastic paper, which is a transparent paper again. And you see, this is, for example, this is a transparent paper here. So this is first, this is foreground character, then there is a midground thing, then there is a background thing. So clubbed together, kept on each other. And once you take a photograph from top, there's a camera over here, and you take a photograph and you take sequential photographs and then club it together. That becomes your cell animation. Similarly, there is now the another style. The latest one is 3D animation. However, it is, I mean, it started almost 40 50 years back. uh, uh, the introduction to the computer graphics happened in nearly around 1960s, wherein the introduction, the the kind of requirement that was there was only for initially only for automobile industry and architecture industry. The graphic designing that they created, the kind of softwares that they created, and the kind of stuff that they created on computer was only for automobile industry. But since it was visual, And they looked at, okay, they can design colors, they can create textures, they can create many things which are visually appealing. Then that's where the industry attracted towards it, and then the birth of computer graphics animation happened. So so these are some of the fantastic movies again. So I'm sharing every single slide for every different design style in visual effects and animation, and the best movies in that category, so that you can watch these movies and inspire yourself, and also understand the kind of job that is there in each type of skill set. So these are some of the fantastic movies in 3D animation. So the Toy Story 1995, Finding Nemo 2003, Happy Feet 2006. I the most My favorite is Wally, because even you can see the emotions that are shown even by the eyes of uh, through the eyes of robot is I mean, it's amazing to see such kind of effort that goes into it. So Wally I enjoyed the most. And then also Ratatouille, uh, Frozen, and Coco. These are some of the best movies in 3D animation. So please watch those. Now, mostly all of us are at home, so you can watch those movies quickly uh, on the OTT platforms. So enjoy those. I'll play another animation reel just to showcase the kind what I'm talking about, the 3D animation style, because uh, that work is also the work is from Prime Focus. So enjoy that, please.
Okay, Dad. Tonight's the big night. I'm ready to be 100% wolf. Just like you.
Pretty Lupin, step into the light.
Loser. Let the wolfing begin. This is for you, Daddy. Say hello to the big bad wolf.
A poodle? You have until moonrise tomorrow to prove you are a real wolf. Otherwise, you will be banished.
Who are you?
Poodle. I'm not a poodle.
Really?
Labradoodle.
Cavoodle? Spoodle?
Whoa! Get away from my butt, weirdo!
Wow.
You can be cool! You can be shy! Let go of her!
Two for one deal.
Put them in the Poochie salon! Gets them every time!
You monster.
The best wolves don't have the sharpest claws or the pointiest teeth. They have the biggest hearts.
It's perfectly natural! Yes, I'm a boy! You can look now!
Oh, whoa, sweet mother of
Your body talks!
All right. So yes, that is animation reel. This is done by Redefine, which works mostly on VFX as well as animation as well. So this work was from Redefine, 100% Wolf. Hope you enjoyed it. And let me just talk about the rest of thing. There is stop motion animation as well, which is Claymation. This GIF file is little faster than what I uh, to explain, but this artist is basically working on this uh, the creature which he is creating and animating, and it takes months to create such kind of visual effects. So he's adjusting it and then taking photograph one by one. Similarly, you can see here he's adjusting a miniature set of this characters here, and so what happens in stop motion is basically you create a miniature set maybe on the tabletop, and all the miniature characters like toys. Even some of if you look at some YouTubers, those who are stop motion artists, they also use some ready-made toys and animate that. So every single frame, like like traditionally I can speak about Katputli Ka Khel, which happens one by one every motion. If you just capture, it becomes stop motion animation. So every motion you need to stop, every movement that is there in the scene. You just capture one photograph without moving your camera, keep the camera at the same location. Also, you need to take care of lighting, so it should be inside the studio, so the lighting will not change according to the environment. Whether you're shooting in the morning or you're shooting in the evening or wherever you're shooting, uh, uh, it is important to make sure that the environment is very, I mean, equal, or it is not changing frame by frame. So the lighting is very important when you create this, and also it is very important to understand the expression that is required from the character, understand the length of the shot uh, that will create that particular action, and so on. So there is stop motion animation as well, and there's motion graphics. Basically, by motion graphics I mean those kind of efforts which we take more for advertising kind of jobs. So we use animation, we use typography, we use uh, logo designing. So whatever is otherwise, I mean, it is not real life as such. It is an abstract art, but still you want to showcase something uh, which will be pleasant for audience to look at. So mostly in advertising, or for the title sequence of the films, for the title sequence of the uh, TV shows or commercials, uh, TV commercials, we use motion graphics. So the technology is same, the skill set is same. The only thing is the deliverables change according to the requirement. So I'll play quickly. I will play the motion graphics advertisement reel from Prime Focus so that you will understand this side of things as well. All right, thank you. Let's move on to now. Henceforth, I'm going to talk about the departments in animation. So there are multiple departments in to create such kind of fantastic animation that you looked in VFX films as well as in animation films and the motion graphics as well. So the first department that comes in animation production is modeling. Of course, modeling is basically you create a computer graphics character, which is a virtual character on the computer. Uh, uh, any character, any background, any set design that is required in the scene can be created through the modeling process. So when we create a background scene, okay, there is no slide to explain the background. So basically, anything that is in the scene, if it is in animate, we call it a layout modeling. And when it is the character which is going to be live, it is organic modeling or modeling for animation, basically. So this is a kind of modeling that happens. Uh, the modeling artist used to design models like this. Uh, then there is lighting department, which lights up once the setting is done, once the environment is virtually created on the virtual once the environment is created on the virtual platform, any computer graphics software, mainly Maya or 3D Max from Autodesk is used to create such kind of scenery. Uh, so once the setup is done, the layout is done, the characters which are required in the scenes are created, then it goes into texturing department. The texturing department used to create textures for the surface. Then it goes into animation department first. The whole scene is created for in terms of appearance, in terms of expressions that are required in the scene, and then it goes into lighting department to lit up the scene as it is required, whether it is outdoor scene or indoor scene, or the kind of daylight, night light, or whichever mood that scene uh, expects. The kind of mood, to create that kind of mood, the lighting is the most important and essential part. So to create such kind of lighting, the virtual lighting artist used to work in that software. So this is all of it happens on the computer inside the software. You create a nice environment and you create environmental effects as well. So lighting is one of the effect that we create. So then there is rigging. So for example, any character, whether it is man, a human character, or it is alien characters, or it is, let's say, uh, any animals, or any character which is going to be live, it will require the folds which the very way the body folds. So for example, I can move my hand like this, but I cannot fold any further. I cannot stretch any further or bend it uh, on the other side. So similarly, every fold that is there in the body, we will require a bone structure for that, and also a muscle structure. So for example, Lion's King, you see three different types of lions. Uh, One is, of course, the father of uh, the main character, and then there is uncle of the character. So three different lines, you see the body structure, the movement structure, and the animation. And for that animation, the rigging artist and the animator used to take so much efforts to get the skeleton inside the body and the bone structure inside the body. That is the job of creating that whole skeleton structure is of rigging artists. So there are, so all of these are different departments and different skill set that one used to specialize in and move ahead in their career. There is effects department or FX department. The short form, of it is FX, FX department, wherein either there are multiple things happen in this department. Whether you want to create air, fire, water, any natural element, or you want to create fur, character fur, or human hairs, in fact, any type of hairs designing, or any type of cloth designing. By cloth designing, what I mean by that is one cloth can be a very smooth one when it moves like that, and one cloth can be very stiff depending on the thickness. So depending on the kind of material that we want to showcase in the film, we need to tweak that material uh, as per the the physics, basically. So physical attributes are very important. So FX artist is the one who used to take care of this that stuff. So if you like such kind of skill set, you can get into uh, that particular department. Then finally, it comes to animators, wherein animators used to create expressions. Now, the technology is changing rapidly. You can see either animation can done by manually adjusting every frame for the character expression, for the character uh, uh, mood and character's basic appearance. The kind of animation that is required for per character, it will change. And for example, here you can see this is a particular character which has a different characteristic altogether. So to create that, either we can take a use we can use technology which is motion capture technology, or we can create that by manually animating that as well. But the disadvantage, I would say, of motion capture technology sometimes can be that it will capture the different variety of moods that an actor can achieve, but it will not give a realistic kind of the traditional animation look for that film. So the way we enjoyed old Disney movies and the characters from that, you might miss that detailing sometimes. But yes, the technology is moving way ahead than where we can even imagine. So animation, yes, animators used to this do this job, and there are many technical supports that an animator can get through technology as well. So this is animation department. Yes, that's it. So that was all about visual effects and animation industry, and these are the some of the advancements in the industry. So the different subsectors, I would say, in the industry are just showcased in front of you right now. So there is visual effects. I'm just summarizing it. Visual effects is all about uh, mixing computer graphics in live action scene. So there is live action scene which is shot by a camera, and there is computer graphics. For example, in Transformers, you see all the robots are created on computer. In Jungle Book, all the animals which are showcased are created on computer, whereas Mowgli on and other environment is live action shoot. So when you combine both, it becomes visual effects. Earlier, when computers were not there and every effect was managed otherwise on the location itself, and that's when they used some technical support by creating robotic techniques. That was called spatial effects. So in any old movie before computers arise, it was called special effects, and now it is called visual effects. 3D animation, second point, is otherwise completely CG animation movie like Wally or Finding Nemo or these kind of movies which are there completely computer graphics. So that is 3D animation. There is stereo 3D, which if you shoot a film from single lens camera and you want to convert that movie into 3D, wherein you can feel the depth of movie. For that, you need to take that data completely from 4 to 5 different technical skill sets. That is, first of all, rotoscopy. Then there is a stereo 3D compositing department. There is also CG modeling and CG built up department, which completely builds up the scene in 3D as well. And there are other departments which are supporting to these departments to get the stereo 3D done. So, and the effort goes into stereo 3D is unlike visual effects. Now, visual effects, if we talk about visual effects for Hollywood, almost in every second shot, visual effects happen in Hollywood movie. But however, if we talk about stereo 3D, the entire movie requires stereo 3D conversion, and hence the amount of job that goes into it is so much tremendous effort. And that's why when we started, so before 2010, prime focus before 2010, if we talk about prime focus, it was a small team, couple of hundred people working together. And the moment we started Stereo 3D, we were recruiting every single week. We were recruiting hundreds of new students, training them continuously, time and again. And we built up a very large team today. So, the most important reason for that is, of course, Stereo 3D division. Yeah. So that was, so Stereo 3D has a lot of work to do, like 3D animation. Complete film is 3D. 2D animation, again, also complete film in 2D. And then there is motion graphics. Of course, motion graphics also requires so much effort completely into computer graphics. Uh, then there is comics and print media. So if any artist, let's say, learns visual effect, and if at all he is not really calibered well, he can also get into print media. So that can be an aspect that one can look at, or he can completely get into print media. And comics designing is something which is, I mean, most of you guys might have read uh, many comics in your life, so you know comics better. Comics is also part of graphic designing and kind of storyboarding that happens in the film. So comics is also part of this industry. There is visual communication, like what you see for different different platforms, online platforms, or different applications. We used to communicate through the media, and to showcase that media, we require understanding of visual communication. Then there is virtual reality, there is augmented reality, there is mixed reality, there is gaming, and there is 3D printing. Many new things are coming up in the market uh, today. There is mixed reality, there is augmented reality, AR, that is augmented reality. Means basically, you might have, if you have happen to go to a mall where the AR uh, AR glasses are there, you might have seen that. So these technologies support us to interact with the virtual world. These technologies also support us to feel like we are into the virtual world. So the technology is taking us towards more and more hyper realistic efforts. So once you become a VFX artist or animation artist, by choosing one of the specializations here, you have to, and every student should prepare for that first, in terms of understanding what is what. Because there is a saying in English, always everyone knows, do what you love or love what you do. Either do what you love, meaning whatever you're doing, you should love it, otherwise you will not be successful. Or love what you do, meaning you should choose it first, what you like in your life, and then if you work on that, you will enjoy that. Because friends, you need to understand the one thing is, in this like very running fast racing world, what you can see is 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, we may be with we are with our family. Between that period, uh, either you're traveling, you're with your commercial network, your professional network, with either on your job or you're studying something. So every day 10 to 12 hours you're with the outside community, uh, with your uh, professional world. And if you don't enjoy those hours, then what's the meaning of life? Because 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, you're connected with your actual family. And then in the night when you sleep, what happens is you're nowhere, you're Mahakal. So you're nowhere in, I mean, you're nowhere basically. So let's say an average of a person is 60 years, average age of a person is 60 years, almost 20 years we are sleeping, right? So we have 40 years in hand. And within that period, the most time that goes in your career, in your uh, whatever you do for your well-being and for your own life, is investing on earning. And to earn, you do whatever you do, and if you don't like that, you might not grow, or you might not uh, like be blissful all the time. You might not be pleasant all the time. So it is very important to choose what you like, and that's why I've shared all the titles from this industry, all the titles from this industry, so that you can study those titles. Once you go back and you can search, okay, there's 3D animation, 2D animation, VFX, compositing, rotoscopy, this skill, matte painting, uh, multiple skills that I've shared today. I hope you have taken notes. And once you look at those aspects, and there is so much on the internet. Uh, Most people call Google as a guru. So you can search that and you can find out more details. And once you understand it completely, then get into it. So all the best. God bless all of you students. And my greetings to all of you to get out of this pandemic soon. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Diane, over to you.
All right, Ranjit, that was really, really awesome. I have been looking forward to this session and I really enjoyed every moment of it. In fact, the first presentation I have attended yours last year, sometime in October, it left a very memorable impression on my mind. And that is the reason I tried getting you again for this e-meet, um, not only about your personal work, but you have also explained very detailedly what all the VFX department constitutes of, and a very detailed explanation you have given. This is really amazing. I hope all the participants have made best use of this opportunity. And Ranjit has given uh, he has mentioned some movies, right? So please do look up those movies, watch the entire movie. There are many resources available online. Go through them and understand the process, right? So that will give you a great understanding. Um, in fact, this comes under communication design, right? So no matter which design discipline you are in, ultimately it has to end up with communication design. Because if you don't communicate what you have designed, how are you going to sell it, right? So very interesting part is Ranjit has touched not only upon the movies but also the advertisements, how the visual effects can be used for the advertisements as well. And as he mentioned, the scope is tremendous considering the regional, even the local channels like the TV channels and etc. They do some kind of graphics for their own programs. So the local channels, regional channels, national channels, international, the Hollywood movies and etc. Right? So it's a great opportunity there. Um, Thank you so much, Mr. Ranjit, for taking out your time on a Sunday, right? Where when you should be spending your time with your family, right? So you have given your valuable time for us. Okay.
That's okay. I mean, to be frank, I enjoyed this kind of session, and for the first time, I was introducing myself. That's why, introducing in terms of showing my journey. That's why I was a little bit nervous in the beginning. But yes, I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. And
Absolutely.
I always like to guide people, so people can connect with me directly as well whenever they want to. And yes, I will be free to guide them 24/7. Yes.
That's very great.
Yeah.
So, few of the participants have a question on your personal journey. So, for example, Veda Arvind is asking, why did you decide to do VFX, and what did you study apart from the internship you did?
Okay. I think I watched, in my childhood, I watched the first movie that inspired me in for visual effects is, of course, Jurassic Park. I am from a town place in Maharashtra, a small town place. So, yes, we had all the technology over there. Even my father gave me first computer when I was in 8th standard. So I was completely stable in terms of getting all the technology support or whatever was possible at that time. But yes, so I enjoyed the kind of visual expressions that were showcased. So our life is all about three things: which I feel I've understood this system, which is memory, experience, and actions that you take. So memory is basically we are carrying our memory from even from our ancestors. So your uh, let's say your physical appearance it might be let's say it is identical to your ancestors. Your grandpa or grandmom might be look like you. So, so what I mean to say is, we carry that physical memory. There are 16 type of different memories that we carry. Then there is experience. So, for example, by experience, what I mean is our current experience. Right now, you're experiencing this webinar, and you're taking so according to your age, your understanding, you're taking inputs from that, and then you take actions depending on that. So so the way I was getting experience one by one at a time. So I learned uh, basic graphic designing. I enjoyed doing that at my town place, and the moment I got some appreciation, there was one I was working for print media, and there was one a poster design which I made for some kind of program that was happening in the town place. And somebody from Marathi film industry called me that, okay, your posters are looking awesome, and we would like to design a poster for our Marathi film. That time I had no idea of Hollywood, Bollywood, and anything. But that call, that guy didn't call me a day after, but I was thinking whole night about that call. That somebody called me from Marathi film industry, and he was happy with my graphic designing. That was my first inspiration. So every inspiration you have to count on that, and you have to go ahead. That's very important. So I became a graphic designer, and then I learned. Uh, Also learned animation at my town place, and then I uh, moved to Mumbai in nearly in 2005. Before that, I was doing 3 years into graphic designing. Then I moved into uh, visual effects in 2005 as an intern in Animagic India, and from there, the first movie what happened is the first movie that I worked on, and I had my name in that the end scroll, not the main titling, but the end scroll. I had my name small written as a junior animator Ranjit Gosavi, and I told my father that okay, my name is there in this movie, and if in the local theater that movie is playing, please go and watch. What happened is my father told me, okay, I went there and we watched, your mother and me went to watch the movie, but we couldn't find your name. So the next day again they went to watch that movie, and they looked at my name, and then they advertised in my entire let's say my entire community. They advertised that that Ranjit's name is in so and so movie. And that time I got one thought that even after 500 years, if somebody will watch that movie on maybe CD, DVD, or anything, any media right now, so every data is on internet. So if somebody will watch, my name is still registered somewhere. Maybe it's a small thing, but it is there. And that thought intrigued me to get into more. I mean, to grow up as what I am today. So that one thought gave me inspiration again and again. Okay, I I am making something. I'm making my career. So and people are looking at me. So that moment I enjoyed, and that gave me interest in the beginning. Why animation and visual effects? Yes, experience. Whatever we create through visual effects today uh, is all about human experience. Whatever you see, you enjoy that. So for example, I will take, there was pandemic, sorry, there was some let's say there is let's say the accident happens on the road, and everyone looks at the channel, TV channel, and uh, let's say we look at that moment as a third party, and we only take inputs from that. Okay, accident happened, so and so was injured, and so thing happened, and immediately we get that feeling, okay, something went wrong. Similarly, when we create visual effects, we create experience for people, and the visual experience, and if we create that right, people will enjoy it. So somehow we are showcasing something which is unreal, and still we are trying to show it as reality, which I mean, when I watched, as I said, when I watched Jurassic Park in the beginning, I thought there might be some dinosaurs in Hollywood. They might have the babies of dinosaurs. That was a childish thought at that time. But yes, I mean, I was thinking all the days and nights. Even that time, people were. I mean, the all the newspapers were full of dinosaurs at at that time period. Everyone was enjoying. In 1925, in 1925, Hollywood did this first movie, The Lost World, in black and white. I was not aware, even I was not aware till up till recently, when I watched that black and white movie. So Hollywood was behind uh, the dinosaurs right from 1925, but we knew it very recently, in just 20 years back. So I enjoyed creating Unreal World. And what is creation? The creator itself is, I mean, the name creative is from the creator itself. The one who has created this entire world, who is called creator, and he has created this marvelous world around us. So the day we born, we opened our eyes, we are looking at this marvelous world around us. If we consider our eyes as a camera, I think the world will look fantastic, and you can see, you can enjoy that. So I enjoy creating visuals. That's it. I mean, the more I talk, I will just continue on that. So
Right, that's great input. So your inspiration is to leave a legacy of work, whatever you have done, and it will be there forever. And you really enjoy creating these virtual worlds, creating them. So you have the feeling of creating, right? And you, as you said, you enjoy. And as you again said, that we work for at least 10 hours a day. And if you're not able to enjoy your work, what is the point?
yes,
Right? So
point.
yeah, that's really great. In fact, that answer has answered the question has answered the answer that you have given has answered many people's question. Right? So they
I
were
hope
also asking about their inspiration and etc. So going into the technical aspect, you have mentioned various departments, right? So some of the participants they want to understand what are the various softwares used, which are
okay.
the
Every department will have a different type of software. So there is 2D animation that has a 2D. So if, in 2D animation, they are using Adobe Animate for a very basic level production. Then there are very many freeware softwares that one should try. For 3D animation, for example, uh, uh, there are many open source softwares. One of those is Blender 3D. Okay,
blend. Yeah.
Blender 3D is one of the 3D softwares which anyone who wants to get into animation can try that. Why am I talking about freeware? Because that is the way you will have a like discipline in your life, that don't use any pirated versions. Use the genuine thing that you can do. So any student should use any freeware softwares, open source softwares to learn to begin with. If at all you are able to invest, yes. So any visual effect that you want to learn starts from Adobe Photoshop. In every industry, Adobe Photoshop is being used. So
Right.
first of all, design your own photos at home. Design your photos with your family. You change the background, show the family is sitting in New York, whatever you want, whatever that interests you. You show yourself as a miniature or whatever. So create some fantastic visuals on in Photoshop. See whether you are able to enjoy that process, and then move into what you want to do. So every technical aspect which is there, 2D animation is there, 3D animation is there. For visual effects, I just mentioned Photoshop to begin with. there are many compositing software. There is so much. I cannot just talk about everything right now, but to begin with, yes, Photoshop for visual effects and Blender kind of thing for understanding computer graphics in 3D. Yeah,
Right.
that's it.
Okay. So Dion, do you have any questions?
Um, well, the the entire presentation is absolutely amazing. I mean, to see the kind of work that we are doing in India is really brilliant from that perspective.
Right.
Um, from from a potential point of view, all right. um Now going forward, I see that there's going to be now visual effects in everything that we do. I mean, say, let's say the future, like Google glasses,
Yes,
or if we look at how things are going to progress in home automation, things like that, 20, 30 years down the line, it's going to be like the visual effects will not only be in movies, but it will also be transformed into cars and homes and
of course.
things like
Yeah.
that. So, do you see a huge potential in that area? I mean, not necessarily in movies, but in those areas as well.
See, all the skill sets which are used in visual effects are also used in a variety of industries. Let's say textile industry, let's say 3D printing industry. Any manufacturing that happens is now happening with 3D printing, right? I mean, the most part of manufacturing is going slowly into 3D printing. So the moment you create any model, for example, I mean, any example you can take for that, you just create that model and you can print. Control P. There is a printer that which can print that, which is amazing. And also 3D scanning for medical industry, which is happening. You can scan your entire body, look at it in detail with the 3D visuals. So 3D is, I mean, the future. So whether it is MR, which is mixed reality kind of stuff, wherein you let's say there is a factory in US and you want to order some product from them as a businessman, and you can through the mixed reality, what you can do is, right now we are on Zoom, but sometimes, I mean, with mixed reality you can wear those AR glasses, and you can feel like you're sitting there, you're walking there in their factory, and you can look at the technology. You can feel like you're touching those uh, machineries, observing those machineries at that moment. So whether you're sitting in a bedroom and you're wearing those glasses, and you feel like you're in that environment, you're in US right now in their factory, and you're looking at that. So technology has so much scope, given so much scope. There are many things which are there, which they are improving today. Like what I can say about AR is, more than 15 minutes if you wear AR glasses, what happens is you might end up uh, imbalancing your mental balance to walk, and so basically you are not able to connect with the real world then. So there are some medical precautions that are expected, and that's why they are still improving. Otherwise, AR is there in the market for last 2 3 years, almost 3 to 4 years. I am continuously watching about AR. I'm thinking about AR, but the thing is, the technology is still improving. The goal is only to create hyper realistic efforts. And for all that, in Mahabharata, Sanjaya was said that he was sitting in castle, and he was still able to see the Mahabharata war which was happening. There is a nice shloka in Mahabharata which explains how the earth looks from top. I don't remember the words, but it explains how it looks like, and Sanjay explains it. So we don't know from where the technology came, whether we are the most sophisticated generation or that was the sophisticated generation. But as we see, we are the most modern generation, and we are enjoying this technology around. The only the goal of all these technological efforts should be for human well-being. That is something I'm thinking of today. So sometimes I don't enjoy very practical effects in Hollywood. I don't count on the names, but I only enjoy the entertainment which entertains your soul, entertains you in terms of getting better, getting uh, blissful, or getting happy, rather than getting nervous by looking at any fight sequence and anything like that. But the goal of all these technologies should be uh, make people happy. That's very important. Otherwise, so much technology around, still we are not happy. I'm not able to uh, accept that. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's true. The like, like technology has to make our life simple and efficient. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. Um, just one second, just going through the questions.
All right.
Um, all right. So there's a question from Veda Arvind, which says, "Do you believe that the sense of smell can be adopted in television and films?"
The first one of my first mentors, I mentioned Sumant Rao. When I learned from him, uh, he told me the kind of movie it should be. Uh, the best movie can be, so that he worked on DDLJ, I believe. So he told me the heroine, the actress is coming from left side, the actor is coming from right side. Both are going to meet in the flowers garden, and there is a smell of flowers, and at the same time there is a smell of their breath as well, as in the two couples are meeting together. So if you feel that scene completely, or let's say there is a rainfall happening and you have a beautiful smell of the ground, how that movie can be. So the more realistic we are uh, getting into the kind of movies that we are looking for, it is all hyper realistic. So whether it is AR, MR, VR, whatever it may be, the technology is only moving towards hyper realistic. So yes, there are 7D, there are 5D cinema theaters wherein they used to give you a kind of experience wherein you're sitting on a chair, you're wearing those AR glasses, and the moment the rainfall is happening, they used to uh, put that smell as well. So they used to, I mean, depending on the movie which is there, they used to uh, uh, force that kind of smell in that room, and you enjoy kind of smell as well. So yes, the technology is moving towards creating such kind of effects. Yeah, I hope that answers his question.
Yeah, yeah. I think who knows? Maybe in future they'll put some kind of a kit for your television which you can change.
Of course, yeah,
Yeah,
anything are possible. The
right.
possibility is limitless. Yeah.
True, true. Um, right. So Umesh, I don't see any other questions that have.
All right. So there is a question from architect Ashok saying, could you give some explanation on movie Gravity and its effects, renderings, etc.? Could you talk about
Okay.
the movie Gravity?
Okay, so visual effects, all the visual effects done were in Gravity were done in house with the kind of technology, some robotics that were used to keep the things in environment, and then most of the part was shot on backgrounds, the blue screen or green screen background. They used to take very much effort to make sure that the chroma is very powerful, clean. Of course, I had an opportunity to work on some stereoscopic shots for Gravity, and also for some visual effects shots which came to prime focus as well. So I enjoyed those. The size of film was bigger than the normal films. 4K, It was, I believe, it was better than 4K, and those were like very heavy files. So we had like our computers were sometimes crashing, but we made sure that we can do it, and we delivered. That's fantastic show. There is so much technical detailing that I can talk about, but unless you see it visually, you won't be able to understand. So you can go back to YouTube and find out. For any movie you want to understand how it is done, you can just share that movie name, search that movie name, along with you can call VFX breakdown. Just write VFX breakdown. So
Okay.
whichever studio has worked on that, they will you might find out that showreel, and you can see how the things worked out in that movie.
Pretty cool. That's a very interesting tip. I
Yeah,
think we'll definitely look into that.
yeah.
So, coming to the hardware, what kind of hardware do you use for these virtual graphics?
Yeah,
What
I mean, it is
configurations would you be using?
configurations are very high. Right now, we have like 64 GB RAMs at least in the professional desktops that are used in computers. Traditionally, when I started, we were using like 8 GB RAM along with some fantastic graphic card. Graphic cards, of course, those are very high end. The NVIDIA Quadro series we used to use, and yeah, most of the systems are either Dell or HP brand, or you can configure your own PC. That is the game, but most industry uses Dell configurations. Now, I don't want to get into brands, but
Right.
yes, NVIDIA is something for graphics, and uh, we had like initially we started with 8 GB, then it was 16 GB, then 24 GB, now it was 32 GB, and now it's 64 as well. Even my system, I'm sitting here, you can see here quickly.
Right.
uh, Even I had to work on some of the shots to support even in lockdown period. So
Hmm.
company has provided me this big monitor, you can see here. And yes, so it's 64 GB right now. So you can
Okay.
see, yeah,
Uh,
that's it.
And talking about the COVID times, two questions. How did the workflow got affected? That's number one. And secondly, the education, the training program that is happening within your school, how is it been taken up?
Can you just come again? I didn't understand the first part of your question.
Right. So because of this COVID lockdown, okay,
COVID. Okay.
yeah, so we are unable to go to the workplaces and work there.
Right.
So, like for you, the company has given you a system at home. So, what about the other team members? Like, how are they working?
Yeah. So everyone in Prime Focus, almost I would say the majority of team is working at home, whether they are at their town place or wherever they went. If there is a good internet connection up to, let's say, a minimum 30 Mbps, yes,
Mhm.
they can connect through yeah, their laptop as well. They just need to connect a big monitor.
Okay,
And there are technologies which support to virtually access
the servers, yeah.
the servers, no, directly the systems at office.
Okay,
And you can look at the desktop. Uh, there are softwares like no machine, and there are supportive softwares which help to work around. So I can immediately connect. I'm teaching in one of the universities, and I can immediately connect to any desktop of my student at
hmm,
the moment. So
interesting.
yeah, the moment he will ask any query on WhatsApp, I will immediately type his desktop number, the IP number, and I can connect with his, and together we can work as well. At
Or
one side, I used to connect on Zoom or Google Meet, and at another side, we are able to access our desktops as well. So technology has made it very easy. I don't see any challenge in working at home in this thing. And the way industry is moving, the actors are facing challenges. They are shooting at home. So any kind of thing that they want to showcase in their movie, even shooting at home, we
mhm.
can make sure we can get it done in VFX as well. So that aspect is opening as well.
Right. So they just need to use the blue or green screen at the back
Yeah.
when they're acting. Okay. So Veda Arvind is asking if one is aiming to do filmmaking, is it important to experiment and learn VFX?
Okay, so there are many roles in filmmaking. So whether you want to become a director, whether you want to become a cinematographer, whether you want to become a director of photography, you want to invest for films, you want to become a producer, you need to look at what you want to do first. So there is end scroll in every movie and there is a title sequence in every movie. You just look at how many types of skill sets are involved in one movie. There are musicians, there are VFX experts, there are everything that goes into movie. There is dress designing, set designing, production management, everything that is there. First of all, you need to decide what you want to do. But because one person cannot focus on everything unless you want to become a director. And yes, if you want to become a director, and that to a Hollywood quality director, or let's say a very specialized director who wants to get into VFX movies, I mean, who wants to create VFX movies, yes, understanding VFX is at least very important. And I think the schools for filmmaking today used to have that portion as a fundamental knowledge as well. So
Right,
yes, it is important. Yeah.
right. So Divanshi is asking, apart from Blender, okay, can you suggest any other softwares for basics? And apart from Photoshop and Blender, do you suggest any other softwares for beginners?
Now, that is important to understand for which department. So there are many departments. First of all, you investigate the department, then you can simply Google search, okay, for this department, let's say there is match move department. So VFX, match move, open source software. Just search that. You will get a list. I mean, there are many articles that you go through internet today. So if you talk, yes, if you want to invest, you can invest in Maya. Yes, there are many tutorials available from Autodesk. So many Autodesk softwares, Foundry softwares, uh, uh, Autodesk and Foundry and Adobe. These three companies are the top rankers in terms of creating
Right,
best softwares for this field. So yeah, you can
right,
search their websites and understand what you want to do first. But yes, the most important thing is to start with basics is Photoshop, and anything that above that you want to learn, yes, you need to get into specialized schools, and whatever aspects you can learn at DQ and whatever aspects you can learn at Prime Focus Academy, you're completely welcome. And we used to train, I mean, only the standard education. I mean, we expect a student to learn for 4 months, and fifth month he's on production floor. So that is the game we play. So we have like control over complete technology. Our trainers are completely industry oriented. All trainers are already worked on a couple of movies for at least 4 or 5 years, and then they are taken into consideration as a trainer. So yeah, that is how we are dealing with education, and that's why I was interested, because otherwise education in this field and some of the great fields was lacking in India in terms of practical execution of that. So we made sure that, and that's why I'm enjoying even in education field. Yeah.
okay, great, awesome, awesome. Ranjit, thank you so much for your time. And Dion, can we conclude?
Yes, Sumesh, I think we can conclude for now.
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead and please say a vote of thanks, please.
All right, all right. So Mr. Ranjit Gosavi, it's been absolutely a pleasure and very honorable to have you here. I think the insights and the that we got into VFX and the entire animation and movie industry is tremendous. So thanks a lot to you and the entire team at Prime Focus Academy. Also, a special thanks to Nixon for getting this organized. All right, he's been a very good and very prompt support for us. Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right,
Thanks a lot.
thank you so much,
Thank you so
Ranjit.
much for giving this opportunity. I always enjoy this kind of webinars. So whenever, whenever you want, me to have, yes, I'm completely open on any platform that you want to do, and I enjoy guiding new generation. So that's
That,
why I speak. Maybe your questions were shorter, but I went into more details, maybe just for my satisfaction to satisfy the students.
Right. And they are very, very insightful information you have given. Thank you so much, Ranjit. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Dion, for hosting it. And thank
All
you
right.
all the audience, parents, design aspirants, and DQ Lab students who have utilized this opportunity. So next week we have Blesson Philip. He's a design manager from 3M. All right. So he's gonna share his journey, his work, and etc. So we would definitely would like to meet you all next week at 4 o'clock. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Diane and Umesa. Thank you
Thank
so
you. Thank you.
much.
Umesh, one more thing I need to mention here to everybody.
Go on.
Tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., is a webinar of the DQ Labs 2019 toppers. And it's there live on our YouTube channel. It's going to be done the same way. So everyone, please attend that session as well. It's going to be good. All right. We have students from SPA Delhi, SEPT Ahmedabad, SPA Bhopal Vijayawada, RVCA Bangalore, and MS Ramaya. All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. Thank you all. Thank you, Ranjit.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.